Hello, children. This is Pedo Bear. Welcome again to another one of Shodredux's video commentaries. If you haven't checked out the game yet, go to battlefield.play4free.com. See you on AOL Instant Messenger.
Whoa. I don't think that's going to happen, Pedo Bear. I didn't even realize you were doing my intro.
Well, I swear I wasn't going to do anything with her. I just wanted to stop in and say hi.
Well, asking them to join you on AOL and knowing very well who you are, I can't allow that. And you're never welcome back on my channel again.
Well, but AOL is where I meet all my friends.
Go away.
I don't want to go away. Children, AOL.
No. Don't listen to him, kids.
Big Boy 13 is my screen name.
Okay, so good thing you kids don't use AOL Instant Messenger, I hope. Speaking of kids, I don't know if he is one, or she is one, or not, but the person that actually suggested this video, their name is Gary23000. So thank you, Gary, for actually suggesting this weapon here. In case you guys haven't already guessed it, it's actually the XM25 Airburst Grenade Launcher. Now, the cool thing about the XM25 is that it is an engineer class weapon that you get through unlocking via your training points in Tier 3. So, it's accessible to everybody that has an engineer class, which is always a plus, and it is a very interesting weapon to have in your arsenal to use. The cool thing about the Airburst is that it is a grenade launcher that essentially has the capability of detonating at whatever range you set it at. So, the cool thing about that is you can also adjust the range with your pinwheel on your mouse to be farther ranges or shorter ranges. But the only way that feature works is if you're actually zoomed in scope. Otherwise, wherever you shoot outside of scope, meaning if you're just using hipfire accuracy, it'll pretty much just launch and hit wherever you're aiming at. The XM25 is very handy in various combat situations, such as being able to get to those hard to reach enemies that are hiding around corners or behind walls. All you have to do is aim down scope directly where they're at, push the pinwheel up maybe 1 to 2 times, and you'll be able to take out your enemy quite effectively. During the time of me recording this video, I was using the XM25 without any boosters, so just so you guys know. The amount of shots it takes to kill an enemy infantry is 2, which is, you know, okay. I mean, I would expect if it was a grenade that I was hitting somebody with dead on that they would die, but I'm assuming the booster does that. However, if you do aim for the head, it is a one-shot kill. But due to the way the scope is situated and the design of it, it makes it kind of hard to do that because it's actually missing the center dot, you know, to be able to point to the head, essentially. It doesn't, it's not really called a mill dot, it's just the actual crosshair dot in the center is not there, so it's kind of hard to do that. Outside of using the XM25 against infantry units, you can also use it against various types of vehicles to be able to clear out certain areas. One of the cool things I noticed is that when I was firing at it towards a helicopter such as an Apache, it tends to do around 40 damage, which is pretty nice. So it's almost around the same amount of damage, just a little bit less as maybe an APC shot. So really where this kind of grenade launcher shines is actually against some of the vehicles, at least the lighter vehicles. The total amount of damage when you do on direct impact to an infantry unit, if you're going for body shots, stays around 60 to 70 damage. So it will take 2 shots without the booster to kill your enemy, and they have to be pretty close or direct shots. And by pretty close, I only mean like a couple inches off pretty close, or else it's not going to work as well as you would expect it. The nice thing about the XM25 is that you can get away with firing really accurate using hipfire accuracy as well, so you don't have to always aim down the sight in order to make shots. However, a couple of the annoyances with the XM25 is definitely the transition between the scope and back to your grenade launcher for the hipfire. Also, another annoyance is the reload time is so slow. And you'll notice that. As far as reloading the grenade launcher, it is pretty slow, but not only that, you have to wait an extra couple seconds in order for it to recognize the ammo that you just reloaded with. I don't know if that's actually an animation problem or if it's something they just forgot to adjust to it, but you know, it's pretty annoying sometimes. The total amount of grenades you get once you have this fully assessed your training points in this gun, you get 20 grenades total. And that's 4 per magazine with an additional 16 left. Now the other positive thing is that if you're with an assault class who decides to lay an ammo crate down, of course it will replenish the grenade launcher's ammo, which is also a plus. So all in all, being that this is a tier 3 weapon, outside of the very few shortcomings it does have and for what it's worth and what it's supposed to be used for, this is definitely a fantastic addition to the engineer class. I think it is very fitting because this particular grenade launcher does give you a bit more feel of crowd control, especially when you're playing on the smaller maps that do not incorporate vehicles. So it's a good substitute for your rocket to at least give you a fair advantage on the playing field, such as Sharky or Basra. So all in all, the XM25 is definitely a good tier 3 class weapon for the engineer. I do like it. It does have a lot of its good points with it, and I think it's going to be a thoroughly enjoyable weapon that everybody will be able to share and experience. So thank you guys again for watching my video commentary, and thank you for the suggestion, Gary, as well as I'd like to thank not Pedo Bear but Shankful from DOS Clan to be able to help me with that intro. So I'll see you guys next time. Keep your suggestions coming.